yesterday. We have learned the two main points yesterday, that were tourism in the past and types of tourism. From tourism in the past, we have learned about the Gautam Buddha, who used to preach to the people by going on to different or visiting the different places. They also ordered their monks to not to stay at one place, but they should keep on traveling continuously. In the same way, and one Chinese traveler, Yun Zhuang, also came to India in 630 CE. So tourism is not a new concept for us, it is an old concept going on from the past many years. Then we have saw about the do you know. In that we have learned about the Benjamin of Tudela. He was the first European traveler. He was born in Spain. Then we have saw about Marco Polo. He introduced Asia in 13th century. Then Ibn Battuta, and the last one was Gradus Mactor, who was a cartographer. Cartographer means a person who makes maps. So we have learned about them. Then we have saw about the tourism. In tourism, first we should know the definition of tourism. What is mean by tourism? Tourism can be defined as traveling to visit places in distant regions for a specific purpose. To travel to any place for a specific purpose is known as tourism. Then we have saw about the Thomas Cook. Their work in the 19th century was noteworthy because they started to arrange the trips or the tours for the people. Then we have saw about the Vishnubhat Godse, who went from Maharashtra to Ayodhya and then again came back to Maharashtra, and they wrote one book named as Maza Pravas or My Journey. In that what they wrote everything which they saw about the War of Independence in 1857. Though the book was in Marathi. So from that book we will come to know about what about the Marathi language of the 18th century. Then what we saw that there are many types of tourism. From that tourism we have learned eight type of tourism in this chapter. First was the local and interstate tourism. This is within the country. Then we also international tourism, means we have to, if you are to go to other countries or the foreign countries, that is known as international tourism. It has become very easy due to the policy of economic liberalization which is adopted by the government of India. So what we need to go to the foreign countries, the documents which we need are visa and passport are necessary. Then we have saw about the historical tourism. Historical tourism is related to the places which are important in our history. Like some examples were given here, ashrams of Mahatma Gandhi and Acharya Vinoba Bhave, then forts of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, then the places which were the main centers of War of Independence in 1857. Then we saw the fourth one is geographic tourism. It is totally related to the geography. In this geographic tourism, which places comes? Places like beaches, some places which are having geographic uniqueness, like Crater Lake of Lonar. Then in Nigos in Maharashtra, cavities are developed in rocks that are naturally. We call it as Ranjan Khalange. In the same way, next point was health tourism. Health tourism is totally related to health. Many of the foreigners come to India for taking the medical treatment. Why? Because it is cheaper. It is cheaper and it is of good quality. So they come to India to avail the medical facilities or health services. And one more thing was there, that was India is a tropical country, and because of that, what happens? Sunlight is available here. So the people who are living in cold countries visit our country to take proper sunlight. Then we saw people also come to our country to visit our country for traveling, or the population which is living in urban areas. So because of this, the people who are living in urban areas will come to know about the rural life and agriculture. Now Indian farmers are also visiting far away places, means Indian farmers are also moving to other countries or going to visit the universities and agricultural research centers. Some of the farmers are also visiting Israel, where the experimentation is being taken out in farming field. Then the seventh one was sports tourism. This is related to the spectators, audience who want to see the match, actually visit that place and watch the match, whether it is international level, national level, or state level match. The person who travel to attend such events come under sports tourism. Some of the international matches are being held like Olympics, Wimbledon, World Chess Championships, and international cricket tournaments. People visit there to see the matches. So such type of matches comes under sports tourism. Then the last one was the tourism based on special events. So these were the special, means like film festival is a special concept, means people who to promote the tourism arrange such kind of events like Akhil Bharatiya Marathi Sahitya Sammelan. People in Maharashtra travel to that place, visit to that place to see what has new came in the literature. So in this way, these were some of the points which we have learned yesterday. Now we will move towards the next our new point, that is development of tourism. Development of tourism. The crucial issue in the development of tourism is providing proper guidance to national and international tourists about various aspects of the actual travel, proper social conduct during the tour, and during their stay at the destination places. The main issue in the for the development of tourism is that we should provide good facilities to the travelers or the tourists. We should provide the good facility to the tourists, whether it may be staying facility or proper arrangement of their food. Everything comes under this. Giving priority to ensure safe transport and security facilities for the tourists. What we have to give the priority? We should give priority to safe transport and security facilities to the tourists. They should feel secure when they come to our country. Amenities of reasonably good standard means the amenities which we are providing to them, whether it is the staying facilities there, hotels or buses which we are providing to them for traveling, they should be of a good standard. The food which we provide to them also, that should be also of good quality and tasty, so that they should take the name that we have visited India, and in India we have got the good response from the people over there. Availability of good accommodation. Accommodation means here staying place, good washroom facilities on the travel routes is of great significance in promoting tourism. To provide the good washroom facility also is the good thing for the promotion of our tourism. It is also very important to pay special attention to the special needs of handicapped tourists. If any of the tourist is handicapped or the specially able tourist is there, what we have to give, we have to give proper and more attention towards such kind of tourists. So he should feel happy that I have come here, I have visited these places, and there was no problem for me in that country. Then it is important to take a few primary precautions in order to preserve the historical heritage sites. We know that there are many historical heritage sites in our country, but the main thing is that we should preserve it. We should take some precautions that it should not be get demolished or it should not be get dirty there. It is essential that few things should be avoided at any instance. We should avoid few of the things there at the historical site or the heritage monument. For example, vandalizing or defacing the heritage monuments and site. We should not vandalize there, means vandalize means we should not break anything over there, or we should not do some dirty thing there to that heritage site or the monument. Then, in order to avoid it, everybody should refrain from activities like writing on walls or carving on trees, paint ancient monuments in garish colors, etc. To avoid such kind of things, what we have to do, we have to make some awareness to the people who are going there, that we should not write anything, we should not carve on the trees, we should not make the place dirty, we should keep everything clean. Lack of good amenities in the presence of the heritage sites cause filthiness. If there are some of the lack of amenities are there, if the water, drinking water is not available at that place, what will happen? The name of that place will get spoiled. People over there coming over there, they will tell that, or they will share their views. I have visited that place, but that place was not having the proper drinking water facility, or the people over there were not good. They were running over here and there, everything, means there should be no any lack of facilities. If there is a lack of facility, then that tourist place may decrease its value in the mind of the tourists or the visitors. It is very essential for the tourists that pamphlets, guides, and history books about a tourist site be available in their own language. It is very essential that tourists should get the pamphlets of that place, or the guides should be available, and the history book that should be available in their own language. If it will be available in their own language, they will be able to read it, able to get the information in a proper way. Hence, such literature should be made available in various languages. So, if we are visiting any place, we are visiting the Daulatabad Fort, not only the people living in Maharashtra will visit that place. Each and every country's people can come there. So we should have the proper booklets or the pamphlets or the information brochures that should be in international language. Most of the thing is it should be in international language that the people can read. It would be helpful if the taxi drivers are trained to converse in more than one languages. If the taxi drivers can converse, or yeah, if they can speak in more than one language, it will also be beneficial or the helpful for tourist peoples. They may also be trained as tourist guides. We can train taxi drivers as a tourist guide, so they can be helpful for the tourist. They will tell the information or share their views regarding that place. Then we have here, try this downside. Collect pictures and photos of the cultural, natural, and mixed heritage sites in India from the internet. With the help of internet, you have to do that one. Here some of the factors responsible for development of tourism are given, like pleasing weather, scenic attractions, accessibility, historical and cultural attractions, accommodation facilities, relaxation and recreation, healthcare purpose, scope for adventure, shopping facilities, visiting friends, meeting new people, etc. should be there in this for the development of the tourism. Then here one of the thing is given above side. Can you tell what facilities should be made available to the tourist? Can anyone tell what kind of facilities should be available to the tourist? If anyone want to give answer, raise your hand. If any student wanted to give the answer, you can raise your hand. Is the service should be given to the tourist. Second question is that how would you behave with the tourist if you are the local person at a tourist site? If you are a local person at the tourist site, how you will behave with the tourist? How we have to help them. If they need any help, we should help them. We should guide them properly. Abram, what you have to do here? We have to guide them properly if they need any help. Okay. Do this is given here. Gather more information about the Swachh Bharat drive. As we know, on the 2nd of October, we celebrate Swachh Bharat. So, for that, we have collected many of the information regarding Swachh Bharat, and we have also drawn the posters and everything on that day to remember Mahatma Gandhi. So, we will move towards the next point, that is conservation and preservation of heritage. Conservation and preservation of heritage. So we have taken here something that why conserve means why there is a need to conserve our heritage. It is a hard task to preserve and conserve heritage sites. It is very hard task to preserve or conserve the heritage site. Our country is very rich with historical sites. Our country, as we know, it is very rich with the historical sites dating to ancient, medieval, and modern period. We are having the historical sites of all the three periods, whether it is ancient, medieval, or modern period. It is also blessed with abundance of nature. We know that we are also having the good quality of nature. Heritage of any country is divided into natural heritage and cultural heritage. Cultural heritage means what? Man-made heritage. There are some heritage sites in India which are acclaimed globally, means they have been welcomed globally. Globally, people knows about that heritage site, such as Taj Mahal at Agra, Jantar Mantar Observatory at Jaipur, and also the rock cut caves at Ajanta Verur and Gharapuri. Gharapuri caves, Elephanta caves. Then Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj terminus in Maharashtra. Khas Plateau in Maharashtra. It is located in the Western Ghats, which is a World Natural Heritage Site. It is a natural heritage site. There are tourists all over the world. As we know that tourists are all over the world who wish to visit World Heritage Site. Every tourist wanted to visit the World Heritage Site. Foreign tourists come in large numbers to visit the heritage sites. Foreign tourists, what they do? They come in large number to visit these places. It makes us feel very proud when an Indian heritage site is declared as a World Heritage Site. If any of the, as we know that Taj Mahal is the World Heritage Site, we feel very proud about that thing. So whether if new monument or new building or place is been declared as a heritage site, at that time also we will feel very proud. However, whenever we visit such places, we feel very disappointed because of what we see there. When we actually visit that place, we feel very disappointed. Why? Because of some of the reasons which are given here. We get to see that people have written their names with charcoal. Why we get disappointed? Because some of the people who are careless, they don't have any value for that monument in them. What they do, they write their names with charcoal or draw the pictures or do the vandalizing of the heritage site. Mean they break some of the part of that heritage site. It affect our image as a nation. As a nation, it will affect our image. How? Because actually or in picture or in video, when we see that place, it looks very good, but when we actually visit there, we see such kind of activities over there. Because of that, what happens? We feel very disappointed. To preserve the heritage sites, we need to resolve that. What we have to do, we have to take some or take an oath to protect such kind of heritage sites. So here are the 2 points which are given, or the 2 oaths which we have to take regarding our heritage sites protection. I shall strive to maintain the cleanliness of heritage sites. What you have to do, you have to strive, you have to work to maintain the cleanliness of our heritage sites. Then I shall not do anything which will result in vandalizing of any historical sites. I shall not do anything means you will not break any of the historical site. So these are the 2 oaths which we have, or two resolutions which you have to take. Some of the things are there what which we should not do at the heritage site, that is climbing on monuments. If it is not big, I can climb it easily. We should not do that. If whether the monument is big or small, you should not do such kind of activity because it is not clever thing. Graffiti or defacing means, graffiti or defacing means painting, doing painting or drawing any of the pictures on that monument or heritage site should also be not done there. Digging should not be done. Setting fires or doing litter. Litter means waste things we should not throw here and there. There might be a dustbin. We should throw the garbage in that dustbin. If dustbins are not there, keep that wrappers or any of the paper along with you. And when you will get a place where there is a dustbin, throw it in that dustbin. So next is professional opportunities in the tourism and hospitality. But before that, what we will do, we will see the heritage walks. Heritage walk. To go on a tour for visiting historical places is known as a heritage walk. Heritage walk means what? To go on a tour for visiting the historical places. One can experience the thrill of being a part of history by participating in heritage walk. If we participate in that, what we will visit that place, at that time it will be seen to us, or our actual experience of that place, which we might have learned or which might we have read in our history books. Heritage walks as an organized group activity has gained popularity in many countries. In many of the countries, it is getting popularity. Heritage walks. India has a rich history. As we know that India has a rich history. There are monuments or historical places in our country that we can visit anytime. It is India has a rich history which can be traced back to many millenniums. Every region of India is full of historical places from ancient to medieval and modern period. Whether it is ancient period or modern medieval period, India has a rich history. The Heritage Walk organized in the city of Ahmedabad is well known. We can see here the Heritage Walk of the Ahmedabad city. Total 20 spots are being taken here. Swarniyam Mandir, Kolhapur, then Kabi Dalpatram. Like this, historical places are there that we have to walk. Walk means actually we should not go there by walking. Means you have to cover it, or it is a type of. So in Ahmedabad there are 20 spots that we can have in our heritage walk. In the city of Mumbai and Pune in Maharashtra, such walks are organized regularly. In cities of Pune, Mumbai, such type of historical or heritage walks are being organized regularly. We can see here some of the uh, sites which comes in heritage walk of Pune are Muzumdar Wada, Sheniwar Wada, Mahatma Phule Mandal, Vishram Bagh Wada. And from Mumbai, we can see here Chhatrapati Shivaji Terminus is there, Taj Hotel is there. So many of the monuments are there which we can visit at the time of Heritage Walk. Heritage walks can encourage people to support projects like conservation and preservation of historical monuments. Because of Heritage Walk, we can develop something or develop the way of the people regarding the conservation and preservation of historical monuments. To collect authentic information about them and to publish it through various media, they can collect the authentic information about that particular place and they can publish it in media also. Residences of renowned citizens who have passed away, the people who are who were the residents of our country and they were well-known persons. What we have done there in some cities, blue plaques means plates, name plates are being made with with the names and other relevant information of such citizens are placed on their residence as a part of heritage scheme. As a part of heritage schemes, what they have done, they have placed the plates, name plates over their houses or the residence places. Here something is given, try this. Organize heritage walks with the help of your teacher, with the help of your teacher as a part of educational tours to historical places. The last thing in this chapter or the last point of our chat is professional opportunities in the tourism and hospitality industry. Which are the professional opportunities? Means in which way we can develop the tourism or in which way the people can earn money for their livelihood. So there are many branches from which they can earn the money or give proper facilities to the tourist people. Tourism and hospitality is an industry with potential to create maximum employment opportunities. Because of this, what will happen? We will get the employment opportunity. Professionally, it is a very stable industry. If we will manage our business or our tourism, or whether it is hospitality industry, it will be a very stable industry or a business for us. Tremendous scope for experimentation and innovation. We can do many type of experimentation and innovations here in this industry. The good number of employment available in the tourism and hospitality industry. The country, which is a tourist destination, receive revenue even before the tourist arrives. What happens? The country gets the revenue or the money from that person. A tourist arrives at the airport of that country. He has to pay for his visa. Before coming to the country, he has to pay for the visa. He stay for his travel. What he do? He stay in his hotel. Then food translate or gives information about that particular place, like we called it as a guides. Buying the newspapers, reference book, souvenirs. Souvenirs means signs, etc. This contributes to the growth of economy of that country, and because of this, what happens? The economy of that country grows gradually. Markets in the vicinity grow along with the development of a tourist as the tourist center is growing in with the same thing, the surrounding area also grows. Hence, the local handicrafts and cottage industries also begin to develop along with the that tourist center. Local handicrafts which are being prepared in the locality, and that also gets developing. The demand for locally processed food items and ethnic handicrafts increase. It results in better economic for local artisans, business and wage earners. If we are having any of the historical site in our place or in our city, it will definitely benefit all the people living in that city, whether it may be artisan, a business people, or a wage earners. So we can see here many of the things are there by which we can earn or we get the employment in hospitality management or the hospitality industry, like travel and tourism management, then accommodation, entertainment and recreation, food and beverage, and event management and others. Many of the industries are being working as we saw heritage walk. Then there is one more point, that is development of tourism in Maharashtra. In Maharashtra, how the tourism is being developed. Maharashtra is the state blessed with rich heritage. It is a state which is blessed with rich heritage. The much admired rock cut caves painting, you can see the painting here. This is the painting of Ajanta caves, Ajanta caves, rock cut caves, paintings and sculptures of Ajanta Verud and Gharapuri's Elephanta. Pilgrim centers like Dehu, Alandi, Jejuri, Pandarpur, Shirdi, Shegaon, Tulzapur, Kolhapur, Nashik, Trimbakeshwar, Paithan, Hajimalang, Gurudwara at Nanded, Mount Mary Church in Mumbai, etc. Hill stations like Mahabaleshwar, Panchgani, Khandala, Lonavala, Matheran, Chikaldara, etc. These are all the tourist sites in our states. Then we have dams at Koinanagar, Jayakwadi, Bhadghar, Chandoli, and etc. Sanctuaries also are there at Dajipur, Sagareshwar, Tadoba in Nagpur, etc. are among the important tourist centers in Maharashtra. So these are the some of the important tourist centers of Maharashtra. And who looks after it? Maharashtra Tourism Development Corporation looks after it, which was set up in 1975. It helped in the development of tourism in Maharashtra. Maharashtra Development Corporation helped tourism in Maharashtra to get developed. The corporation has provided facilities of tourist hotels at 47 places. At 47 places, they have provided the hotel facilities. Together, these hotels can accommodate more than 4,000 tourists, and these 47 hotels can accommodate 4,000 tourists at one time. Many private entrepreneurs are also providing hospitality services to tourists. Many of the private hotels are there, private businessmen are there, which are providing the hospitality facility to the tourists. Means we are not dependent totally on the Maharashtra Tourism Development Corporation for staying there, because only at 47 places they are having such kind of facility, but at other places they might be not having. So at that time, private or the businessmen are utilizing their money over there to give us the facility. Then we have here, do you know, an unusual village of books. There is an unusual village of books. Bhillar is a village near Mahabaleshwar. We have Bhillar, which is a village near Mahabaleshwar, which boasts of natural beauty and sweetness of strawberry. It is already famous for natural beauty and the sweetness of strawberry. Means it is famous for nature as well as strawberry. It is also known as the village of books. Every household in this village maintains a library of its own for the tourists to enjoy. Each and every person or the each and every house in this village is having the library for the tourist people. Maharashtra state government has implemented this scheme with a view to accelerate the reading culture. Why they have done this? To accelerate means to develop the reading culture among the tourists or among the people. Movement for the reader tourist to enjoy the beauty of Marathi language enriched by the works of old and new authors and saints. Means the books which have been kept here are written in Marathi, and to develop the interest among the people regarding our Marathi language, they have done this project. It includes various types of texts like biographies, autobiographies, fiction, poetry, literature by women, literature on sports, literature for kids, etc. If you go to Mahabaleshwar, make it a point to visit Bhilar as well. If you visit to the Mahabaleshwar, so please go over there and look at that place name as Bhilar, which is also known as Book of Village of Books. Then we have here, can you tell what kind of new occupations were introduced in the surrounding of your village or town because of growing tourism? Due to the growing tourism, as we know that which type of new opportunities are being developed in our or your surrounding. Then what differences could be observed in the lifestyle of people in the surrounding of your village or town because of growing tourism? As we know, the tourism is growing. Then, because of that, what are the things, different things you are observing in your surrounding, the lifestyle of the people, etc. Then you would like to know this is given. Cultural tourism includes activities like visiting educational institutes of repute, trying to get a glimpse of local culture, history, and traditions, visiting historical monuments at a place, trying to appreciate the achievements of local people, and also participating in the local festivals of dance, music. So, because of cultural tourism, such kind of things are being developed in our surroundings. Adi, doubt, Adi, we have one more to know, that is Mahabaleshwar and Panchgani are hill stations. Thousands of tourists arrive here at these hill stations. These tourists are accompanied by guides who provide relevant information on the sightseeing tour. The guide is there to the tourist. They provide the information to the tourist. Some places photographers are present tourists. Some places photographers are also available there to take the snaps. Horse keepers provide horses for horse rides. Horse keepers are also there, and what they do, they avoid the horse, whether they ride on horse on a cart. It is the local people who engage in these activities, and as we know that the people living in Mahabaleshwar engage in such type of activities like photographer and the horse keeper, and they can earn good money for their service. By providing such kind of service, they are earning a good money. In short, tourism becomes a major stage of their life, and in short way we can say that because of the tourism they are earning the money to live. So here our chat finishes. Now is the time to evaluate the surrounding places that we now as the type of evaluation. We have to give questions. We have to do statement. Anyone, if anyone knows the answer, will raise their hand. Thomas Cook established a travel agency. Option A, option B is options food items, and option D is tourist tips. If you know, raise your hand. Abhishek, knows the answer. Thomas Cook established a travel agency selling what? Handicraft, toys, food items, or tourist tickets. Who will give the answer?
हेलो अनम्यूट कर त्याला खुशी बानू अनम्यूट yourself.
Sir, books.
Books, very good. Then we have the next question, that is identify and write the wrong pair in the following set. We have to identify the wrong pair from the following set. First one is Mathiran, second Taroba Caves, third Pur Pilgrim Center, and fourth Ajanta World Heritage. Okay, who will give answer? Khushbu, Khushi Banu.
Yes, sir. That second one is wrong answer.
Second one is wrong. That is Tadoba rock cut caves. It is actually a
Ajanta.
sanctuary. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Ma'am, my lecture is over. All of you take a screenshot of the homework. What you have to do here, you have to write short notes on Marco Polo, the edition of traveling. So please of homework. Hello. Hello.